Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. This is Pratik Srivastava here, founder of Online Study for You. Friends, as you are aware, Accenture is conducting the examination and the questions are getting repeated. So it is very important for you to solve the recent exam questions so that you can score well and you will be definitely able to clear the round 1 and round 2. Now friends, so today we are going to solve questions from 28th of August. So we will be solving cognitive questions, we will be solving pseudocode questions, we will be solving coding questions. So I request all of you to please do watch the video till the end. It will be definitely much useful. Also, if you have not taken our Accenture crash course 8, please take, because we are also putting the recent examination question and solution, because the questions are getting repeated. So definitely it will be very useful. The link is in description, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please do like the video and comment if you find the session useful. Question number 1 here. So this is a question from the topic syllogism, right? So this is a question from the topic syllogism. So in the question below, there are two statements followed by two conclusion, and you have to tell which of the conclusion is basically true. So all applications are solutions. All applications are solutions. So all applications are inside solution, and all the solutions are innovations, and all the solutions are inside innovation, right? So when this is a right Venn diagram for this particular statements, right? Now you have to look at the conclusion and tell which one follows or which does not follow. Conclusion 1, some innovations are application. So friends, one thing, the basic, right? So please keep in mind, from here if you say all A are B, right? So from this diagram, you can say all A are B. Then you can say some B are A. See, it is very much logical also. You see, this complete A are inside B. So that's the reason you are saying all A are B. But what about B? See, the outside portion of B, it is somewhere else. So it is very clear that all B are not A. Only some part of B is A. And when you say, right, some B are A, you can also say some A are B. Why? See, when complete part of A is inside B, then definitely if we'll talk about small part also, that A will be inside B only, right? So some B are A, some A are B, all A are B. So these are the things which you can say from here. These are the basic of syllogism which you have to understand, friends. Otherwise, many of you are getting wrong answers in syllogism itself, right? Okay. Some innovations are applications, yes. So when you say all applications are innovation, then you can say some innovations are application. All solutions are application, no. All the solutions are not application. If you want to say all solutions are application, then in the Venn diagram you should see like this, which is not visible here. So my conclusion 2 is wrong, and option 1 becomes the correct answer here, right? Okay, friends, we are also going to cover the flowchart question, right? So these flowchart questions, sometime it will be tricky, so you need to understand that it is not much correctly visible, but I will tell you what exactly is this. Don't worry about it. Okay, now question number 2. So question number 2 now here. So statements, all cranes are machines, right? So all cranes are machine. So what I will do, I will put all cranes inside machine. Okay, now, and then all cranes are hammer also. Now here many of the students will do the mistake, friends, right? See, because there is two diagram possible, please try to understand. all cranes are all cranes are machine, so I will write like this. Okay, fine. And all cranes are hammers, all cranes are hammers. Okay, because this two statement you can change, there is no problem. Statement you can change, I mean order of a statement you can change, right? So this A B, first you can draw B, then you can draw A, there is no problem at all, right? So the order of the statement can change. See, if I'm telling C is beautiful, right, and I'm telling he is handsome, and then again I'm telling he is handsome and C is beautiful, right? So both statement, right? So the order is only different, but the meaning is same, right? So there might be these two diagrams, and it is perfectly all right. Always in syllogism, you remember, friends, see, your diagrams will be valid till your statements is not getting violated, right? So all cranes are machine, all cranes are inside machine, all cranes are hammers in both the diagram. So your statements are not getting violated. Now, conclusion, all machines are hammers. So here you can see all machines are hammers. I know many people will take that, sir, conclusion one follows, right? Nobody is ready to understand the logic behind that. In every video of Accenture, wherever I am teaching syllogism, I could see lot of people are commenting that, sir, this will be also true, that will be also true. My dear friends, please understand the concept of syllogism here, right? So your basic at syllogism is not good. Okay, and every video I could see like few of them are commenting, sir, conclusion, both conclusion follows, one follows, second follows, right? But nobody is bothered about the logic, right? How it works. Okay, so that nobody is worried. They are just telling, okay, this is wrong or this is right. Anyway, now all machines are hammers, it is wrong, because in one diagram you can see all machines are hammer, another diagram you can't see that, right? Because the statement, order of statement can be changed. Then some hammers are machine, some hammers are machine, yes. So in this diagram also you can see some hammers are machine, in this diagram also you can see, when you say all hammers are machine, that means you can easily say some hammers are machine. So in both diagrams you can say this. So this student is really very good, whoever has done this, right? So his answer is correct, only conclusion 2 follows, right? So many of them might say, sir, both conclusion 1 and 2. Still after explaining this also you could see some of the comments. Anyway, next is a critical reasoning problem. So this comes under critical reasoning, right? So here a argument is there, and then you need to understand, okay, so which of them is a strong argument basically. So the education committee recommended that school implement a 4 days week to enhance student attendance. So friends, one point you can write down here. So the education committee, right? So the education committee recommended that school implement a 4 days school week to enhance student attendance, right? So this has been done for the enhancing student attendance and academic performance, right? So which of them strengthen the above argument? Now first one, a recent study shows that teenagers generally require 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night for optimal cognitive function, right? So this is not a it doesn't strengthen the above argument basically, right? So they have not talked about, like, so if they have, see, they are going to do 4 days, right? So 4 days is school, right? So they are not reducing the hours, right? So they are reducing the day, one day out of 5 days, right, a week or whatever. Now they're going to make it is 4 days. So they're reducing the daily, they're reducing the daily, they're not reducing the daily hours, they're reducing the day here. The school district transportation cost have increased by, no, so transportation, because of this is not a valid reason, because they wanted attendance, right? And they want a very good academic performance, so they're not worried about the cost and all those things, they have not talked about that. A recent study suggests that optimizing schedule enhances the student engagement and promotes deep learning. So yeah, so this might be a good argument here. A 4 days school week could provide more time for teachers to practice engaging lessons, but they are talking about school attendance, right? They are talking about school attendance, and you are talking about the teacher performance, right? So definitely this is also not a strong argument. So a recent study suggests that optimizing schedule, that means when you are making it from 5 to 4 days or 6 to 4 days, right, then that enhances the student engagement, that means automatically student attendance will increase, and that is also, it promotes deep learning, so students will be able to learn good, and then definitely academic performance will be better, right? Okay, next. So please bear with this image, okay? It might not be clearly visible to you, but I will tell you what has been asked. Now friends, so if flow chart has been given, they have given a start, okay, so you start, and then distance is given d and weight is given w. They're telling if weight is greater than 2 kg, if yes, then service charge will be this. So basically this is a courier company, right? So a courier company has this kind of flow chart. So courier company is telling you start, okay, if the weight of your parcel is more than 2 kg, then you will have to pay service charge is equals to 25 into distance okay, and plus 20 into weight. And if your weight is less than 2 kg, then your service charge will be 10 into distance plus 15 into weight, okay. And then you have to print the service charge, okay. Now then in the question is not exactly visible. They're telling a packaging weighing machine 1 kg, a package weighing, so a package weighing 1 kg, so weight is 1 kg, delivered to John, and he paid a service charge of $50. Okay, then you have to tell for the service charge, then you have to tell the distance, you have to find out the distance, right? Okay, so friend, basically the service charge paid is nothing but here $50, right? Okay, and 10 into distance plus what is the weight? Weight is 15 into 1, because the weight is nothing but, right, 1 kg, a package weighing 1 kg. So here weight is more than 2 kg. No, that means it will come like this. Okay, now service charge will be 10 into D plus 15 into W is equals to $50. 10 into D plus 15 into 1, because a package weight is nothing but, my dear friends, 1 kg is equals to 50. So 10 into D will be 35, and D will be nothing but 3.5 kg, and D will be nothing but 3.5 kilometer, sorry, distance it is, so 3.5 kilometer. So here also the student, so I could say this student is very good at cognitive, right? So he has done most of the answers, like whatever questions at least we have taken, he has marked the correct answer, right? Okay, then friends, sitting arrangement, there is 7 to 8 questions are getting asked. Okay, see, that's the reason I am telling friends, practice more, get this crash course, practice more, because a lot of questions has been covered, right? And you can cover it in the limited time, and the price is also 799. It's not a big see, for 500 rupees you will eat pizza and all, right? So it is just 799 rupees, and you are getting a lot of content from verbal ability, pseudo code, coding, live classes, right? So these many things you will never be getting anywhere. See, live classes are already going on, you are getting the recorded content from the live classes, right? So the link is in description, please get it as soon as possible. Okay, so 5 friends, Rex, John, Bill, Tim and Finn, are sitting in a row facing north. So 5 friends are there, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, Rex is sitting second from the right end of the row. So what you see, many of the students, what they will do, they will take this as a right end, and then they will put Rex here. So first and second. Friends, be very clear. Okay, so this will be your left end, right? So this will be your left end, and this will be your right end. Okay, so this will be your left end, and this will be your right end. Okay, now from the right end, okay, Rex is sitting second. So Rex is here. So from the right end, first and second. Okay, fine. Bill is sitting to the immediate right of Finn. And John is not sitting at the either end. That means John will not sit here and John will not sit here. Okay, fine. Then they're telling Bill is sitting to the immediate right of Finn. What are the possibility? So one possibility I have. So Bill is sitting second to the right of Finn. So this is one possibility. Bill is right, sitting to the immediate right of Finn. And one more possibility, that Bill will sit here and Finn here, right? So these are the two possibility. What I will do is, so I will take one more diagram here, so that the complete clarity will be there. Generally I do that only. So always you take two diagram. Okay, this was a simple question, so I had not taken, but you can aram se take it, right? Okay, now so Rex is sitting here, right, from the right side. Now one possibility, that Bill is sitting to the immediate right of Finn, this is one. And another possibility, my dear friends, so Bill is sitting to the second right of, sorry, immediate right of Finn. Now, which is correct here? So friends, if Bill is sitting to the immediate right of Finn, then the remaining is John and Tim. Then John will have to sit here or here, but it has been clearly told John is not sitting at the any of the end. That means this is second one is right. Now John, where we will place? John here we will place, because John cannot sit at the any of the end. Who is remaining? So remaining is Tim. Now they're asking, so what is Tim position with respect to Bill? So from Bill, first right, second right, and third right. So basically, your team is nothing but third right of the bill, and option C becomes the correct answer for this particular problem, right? Next question. So in a certain code language, n is written as 2. So in a certain code language, n is written as 2, and cow, so KAW is written as 5. Then we have to find out the code for man. No problem. So friends, what is the alphabetical position of n? It is nothing but 14. And let us see their alphabetical position. So this is 11, kings 11, A first alphabet, and W 23. So 23 plus 1 24, and 24 plus 11 is 35. That means if you divide it by 7, you will get 2. If we divide it by 7, you will get 5. Then here M is 13, A is 1, November 14. So this is 28, right? So this is 28. And this, if we'll divide it by 7, so you will be getting answer as 4, right? Man. So M is 13, A is 1, and N is 14 again. So 14 plus 14, 28, it will be nothing but 4, right? I hope the things are clear to you. And then next is a data sufficiency problem. Next is a data sufficiency problem. Next is a data sufficiency problem. Okay. So in this data sufficiency problem, okay, so what basically you have to look at here, okay. So okay, fine. So statement 1 alone is sufficient, 2 alone is sufficient, both, each, and then. Now what has been asked here? So among the 5 candidate A, B, C, D, and E in the exam, who has scored the least marks, considering that each of them has a different mark? Now 5 people are there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will make one more. Okay. Now, so 2 statements has been given. So let us go one by one. Statement 1, B and D did not score the highest or the lowest marks. So definitely B will not be here, right? Or B or D will not be, BD will not be here, and BD will not be here. Okay. Now, so what are the choices, right? So what are the choices now? Who will be here? So now the choices we have 3, A, C, and E, right? Okay. What are the choices here? A, C, E. So from the statement 1, it is very clear that we can't say who is scoring the highest or who is scoring the lowest, because I have total 3 persons are there, and I don't have any other information except that B and D is not sitting at the ends. Okay. Because see, if they are here, they might be, highest or lowest. These are the possibilities. Now A scored less than C. Okay, that means C has scored more than A, but A scored more than D. Okay. Now, so friends, what I'm going to do now, so from a statement 1, and this is statement 2. Now in a statement 2 also, friends, we have A and B, sorry, B and E. Now we could have like this: C, A, D, B, and E, right? We can have like this possibilities, right? We can have like this possibilities. So basically we are not able to conclude from statement 1 or 2 alone. So now the only possibility with us is what we are going to do. So we are going to combine S1 and S2, and then we will see. So alone they cannot give the answer, so there is no doubt at all. Now, okay, so here now I will make 5 people are there, right? So let us try to arrange them, and then later on, who is having more marks and who will be having lowest marks. Okay, fine. So A scored less than C, that means C has scored more than A, and then A has scored more than D. They have also told B or D is not scoring highest or lowest marks. So it is very, very clear. B cannot sit here, D cannot sit here, B cannot sit here, D cannot sit here. Okay. So now one possibility I will be having here is D, A, and C. Okay. So this is ruled out. This cannot be there, because if it will be C, A, D, if you place it like this, right, then I have now two choice: A, B, and E. But B cannot get least or highest marks. Then another choice I have: C, A, D, right? Okay. And one more choice which you can think of, but that will be also false, DAC, because D or B cannot sit at this corner. Now, this is done. Okay. Then they are telling B is not sitting. So now we have only two options left. So B will be here because B cannot sit at the lowest or highest end, and then E. Now who is right? So now who is getting lowest? So definitely C has scored more than A. A would have scored more than D. D would have scored more than B. B would have scored more than E, right? So this is the only place, because see, other possibilities, no, that cannot be true, right? That cannot be true, which we.
So let's see first question. And first question here is what? We have to find the output and we have been given a pseudocode. Here is the pseudocode and we have to find the appropriate answer from these options. Now let's see this pseudocode. So going to the first line, here we have a function named compute in which x has been passed as an argument. Now we don't know the value of x. So let's see where this function int. So in line number 7, we can see there is an int function. Now let's move to next line, that is line number 8. Here we have taken a variable result1 in which store the value which the function compute return when 8 is being passed as an arguments. So we have to calculate what the function compute will return when 8 will pass as an argument. So let's go to function. So here is the compute function. Here the value of x is what? 8. Now let's move in the function. So in line number 2, if x is less than 10, we have to check that whether the x, here the value of x is what? 8. So we have to check whether 8 is less than 10. If it will be less than 10, then we will enter in if condition. And if this condition will fail, we will enter in what? Else condition. So let's check. X, the value of x is what? 8. Here x is 8. 8 less than 10? Yes, true. So we will enter in if condition. So if is what? Return x into 2. That is return 8 into 2. 8 into 2 is what? 16. Now we will go in what? Here we will return 16. So result 1 will store the value what? 16. Now let's move to line number 10. Here the value is what? Here there is a variable result2 which has the value that compute function returns when argument 12 is passed. So when x is equal to 12, let's see what this function compute return. That value will be stored in what? Stored in this result2 variable. So let's see here 12. We will check in the function that if 12 less than 10, no or right. No, 12 is not less than 10. So we will move in what? Else condition. Now in else condition, what is it? Is written x plus 5. So x is 12. 12 plus 5 is what? 17. So result 2 will have a value what? 17. Now this 10 line number has completed. So let's move to 11 line. In 11, it is written display result 1 plus result 2. Result 1 was what? It was what? 16 plus result 2 value was what? It was 12 plus 5, 17. Now, what will be the final answer? We will add both result 1 plus result 2. That is what? 33. So now, let's see in this option. This is 33. So the correct answer is C. Third question. Here is the question. As earlier we have discussed the question, there is another question. Here is also pseudocode is given and we have to select the correct option. So in line number first, here concatenate a string function is given and ARR is being passed as an argument. Now, let's see again that where this function end. So this function end here in line number 9, we can see end function. So let's move to line number 11 or the next line. Here we have been given an array which store what? These are all strings. So we have been given an array and these stores different string values. Now in the next line, moving to the next line, here we have to print whatever the concatenate string function return, and we can see ARR is being passed as a argument, means this array is being passed to the function concatenate strings. So let's move to this function. Let's move to the second line. Result is storing what? Empty string. So here ARR is what? This array. Now moving to the next line, that is line number 3. Here for I is equal to 0 to length of array minus 1. Here length is what? Length of the array is what? If we will start from here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here length of the array is what? 5, and we will start from index what? 0 to 4 as length of array minus 1, that is 5 minus 1, that is 4. So we will move from what? 0 index to 4 index. Now let's check 4 number line. Here there is a if condition. If array of I and 0 is equal to character A, let's see. So here value of I is what? 0, means array of 0. Let's see first array of 0. Array of 0 is what? This 0 index, that is apple. So array of 0 is what? Apple. Now again array of 0, again 0. So this means what? This is a string. This is a string. And at every index of a string, there is a character. So this means what? Character at the 0 index. That is A here. That is A here. So we have to check that whether the character at the first index or the 0 index is what? A or not. So here we can see in apple, the first character is what? The character at 0 index is what? A. So yes, this condition satisfy. So we will move in what? If condition. Now, result is equal to result plus ARR of I. So earlier there was what? Empty string. So empty string plus array of void I. That is what? Apple. So first will be what? Let's write here. So now result will be what? Apple. Now this result will be what? Here now again I plus plus. Now the value of I will be what? 1. So at 1 index there is banana. Now we will again go in for loop or for condition. We will check that if first character is A. Now here first character is what? B. The character at 0 index is what? B. So this condition fails. We will not go in if condition. We will go in end if. Now let's erase it. Now again I plus plus. Now I will be what? From 1 to 2. So at 2 index. Here the string is was avocado. Now we will go in if condition. We will check that whether character at index 0 is A or not. So here we will check what? Yes, it has A. So it will enter in what? If condition. It will enter in if condition. Now result will be what? Result plus array of I. Right? Result will be now what? Result plus array of I. So at array of I is what? Avocado. So we will write here the result. Earlier the result was what? Apple. Apple plus yes. Now result has been updated here. Now again what will happen? Again there will be I plus plus. So I will go what? From 2 index to 3rd index. 0, 1, 2, 3. So at third index, array of I is what? Cherry. Now again, in this if condition, we will check that whether the first character or the character at the 0 index is A or not. So here the character at 0 index is what? C. So these conditions fail. So we will move in what? We will go in this. No, we will not go in this because this conditions fails. So again, we have I plus plus. So from third index, the index will be what? We will go to fourth index. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Apricot. Now, array of I is apricot. Again, we will check the fourth condition. That is first character is A. Then yes, first character is A. So we will return what? Result will be updated. So previous result was what? This one. So this one will be updated as now another element will be added here. So let's see in the above answer which matches here. So first one here, first one is the our desired answer or the desired output. Now let's move to this another question. Again here we have been given a pseudo code and let's read the first statement. We have the value of PQR which is an integer. Here we have been said that PQR is an integer. Let's move to the second line. The second line said the value of P, Q and R. The value of P is 3, value of Q is 4 and value of R is 9. So let's set the value of PQR here. P value is 3, Q value is 4, R value is 9. Now, moving to the third line or the next line, Q is equal to R bitwise and 10 plus Q. Now let's see what is R and 10. That is R bitwise and 10. So bitwise and operator. These mainly occur in where? In binary number. The number that is 0 or 1. Now, we know bitwise of 1 and 1 is what? 1. Bitwise of 0 and 1 is what? 0. 1 bitwise and 0 is what? 0. 0 bitwise and 0 is what? 0. So here, first calculate R and 10. R and 10. The value of R was what? 9. 9. So R value will be what? 9. 9 and 10. Now, 9 is what? A decimal number. And bitwise and operation work on where? In the binary number. So we will have to convert this number integer value to binary. So binary format of 9 will be what? 1001. And binary of 10 will be what? 1010. Now we will perform what? Bitwise and operator. So let's see. Here is the bitwise. This is 9. This is 10. Now, let's perform this bitwise. 1 bitwise and of 0. 1, 0. The value will be 0. So, 0. Now, moving to the next here. 0 bitwise and 1. Let's see here. 0 bitwise and 1, 0. So, here 0. Now, moving to the next. This one. 0 bitwise and 0. 0 bitwise and 0. That is 0. So 0. 1 bitwise and 1. That is 1. 1 bitwise and 1. 1. So here is the value of 9 bitwise and 10. Now this is what? This is the binary number format. Now we will convert in the decimal, that is 8. Now the value of R and 10 will be what? 8. Now, in third, Q is equal to 8 plus Q. Okay. Q was what? 4. Now, value of Q was 4. So, Q is equal to 8 plus 4. That is equal to 12. Now, the new value of Q will be what? 12. So, here we will do what? We will update R value. Now Q will be 12, not 4. Now moving to the next line, this line number 4. P is equal to 7 plus 2 plus Q. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus Q. The value of Q was what? 12. So 9 plus 12. Now the value of P will be what? 9 plus 12. That is 21. So we will update our value of P here as 21. Now, moving to the next line, 5. That is Q-XOR operator P. Here, exclusive XOR. Here it is written in the note. So R is Q exclusive XOR, or let's see here. Bitwise XOR operator. So when these also work in a binary format or binary number. So let's see here. When both will be same, 1 XOR 1, both are same, the value will be 0. Bitwise XOR value will be 0. 0 XOR 0, both are same, so value will be 0. If any one of them will be different from another, like 1 XOR 0 or 0 XOR 1, both are different numbers, so XOR will be 1. Now, let's see in the question. Here we have to do R is equal to Q XOR P. Q was what? 12. P was what? 21. So R is equal to what? 12 XOR 21. Now, the binary of 12 is what? 1100. Binary of 21 is what? This one. Now we will perform what? XOR operation between these two. Now, 1 XOR 0. Let's see here. 1 XOR 0. Both are different. So XOR will be what? 1. 0 XOR 0. Both are same. XOR will be what? Same. 0. Again, 1 XOR 1. The value will be 0. 0 or 1 XOR. That is different. So value will be what? 1. 1 XOR 0. The value are different. So value will be of XOR what? 1. Now this is what? This is the binary number. Now we will convert this. That is equal to what? 25. Now R value will be what? 25. Now we will update our R 25. Now next in line 6, we have to print P plus Q plus R. We have to do the value of P is 21, Q is 12, R is 25. We have to add all. So when we will add, the value will be 58. Now let's see the option. Yeah, this one. This one will be the correct answer. Now let's move to this question. Next question. Here again, we have been given a pseudo code. We have to select the option which is correct. So here the function is check data type. Check data type function is given here, in which value is being passed as an argument. We don't know the value of value. So let's see where the function ends. So here function ends at line number 9. Now let's move to the next line, that is 11 number. Result is a variable which store the value that check data type function will return when 5 will pass as a value. So here the value will be what? Here the value will be 5. Now value is 5. Now let's move in the function. In function, we will have to check if value is integer. Means if value was what? 5. So if 5 is integer, so there will be some code which will check that it is integer or not. We don't have to take care of that. So here, is 5 is an integer? If yes, then yes, 5 is an integer. So we will go in what? If condition, that is return integer. So check data type function will return here what? Integer. Now result will store what? Integer. Now moving to next line, that is line number 12. Display result means result was what? Integer. So integer will be displayed. This one is the correct answer. Thank you. Thank you.
So hello everyone and welcome to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So in this video, we are going to talk about the Accenture 30th August coding question. Okay, so these are all the recent coding question that has been asked in this Accenture examination. So this video is going to be very important for all of you who are going to prepare for Accenture's or any other placement examination. Okay, so please watch this video till the end. You are going to learn a lot from it. Okay, so let's start the video without wasting any time. So the first question that we are going to discuss here, you can see on my screen. Let me zoom it out. Okay, so you can see the problem statement is being attached here. It is saying that you are given an array which is named as A. Okay, now having some dividends. Further, you are given three numbers D, Q, and R. So initially we have been given an array which is named as A, and then having some dividend, this A having some dividends. Now, furthermore, you are given three numbers. The three numbers are D, Q, and R. A dividend can be found using a rule that states. So we have to find the dividend using the rule. The rule says dividend is equal to divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder. We already know this is actually the division formula we used to learn in our 8-9 classes, that how to find the dividend. Just multiply the divisor into quotient plus remainder. And if any other number within this function you have to find, you just need to know the other three and you are going to find in this equation. This equation is very familiar to us. But what is the problem actually here? If you see what is the task, it is mentioned here. Your task is to find and return an integer value representing the index of the dividend if present. If dividend not found, return -1. So the two case will be there. The first case, very first case is what? Our task is to find and return the integer value represent the index of the dividend if present in the array. So earlier we have been told that the array A contain the element in the form of dividend. Now, since we have been given three numbers D, Q, and R, which is being explained here below, that what actually D, Q, and R here. Let me tell you, D is nothing but divisor, Q will represent quotient, and R will represent the remainder. Now, using this formula, multiplying D multiplied by Q plus R, whatever the value we got, it is actually the dividend for that particular problem. Now our task is very simple. After getting the dividend, just we have to search that whether that dividend is actually present in the array A or not. If it is present, then we have to return at actually which index it is present. And if it is not present in the array, then we have to return -1. So very simple problem. What is the problem? Just go through that particular array, search for dividend. If you found so, return the index actually where you have found it. If you haven't found it, return -1. So this is the simple problem that is being stated here. Now let's understand the input specification also, that in which order actually the input has been given to us. The input is, first input is array A, which contains the dividends actually. The next input is actually D, which represent the divisor. Next input is actually Q, which represent the quotient, and the next represent integer will be R, which represent the remainder. And then the size of the array is also mentioned here. Actually, these input is in the format so that we could get this input in a form of a function, because in Accenture examination you do not have to write the main code by yourself. You just have to write the logic in a function where these parameters have been passed. But yeah, we are going to code it in our compiler here to live to show you the code. So what we have been doing there, we are going to create the main function also. So the input will be the same way it is being explained to us. Okay, I hope you understood it. Pretty simple problem, pretty straightforward problem. Let's see the output specification. What the output we have to return? Return an integer value representing the index of the dividend if present. So if it is present, return the index. If dividend not found, return 0. Actually, it is misprinted here because earlier it is written, if we haven't found it, return -1. Because yeah, array is a 0 based indexing, so we could find answer at 0 also. That's why the correct input will be, if we haven't found it, return -1. Okay, so that we are going to do it here. Now the problem is here, that we do not have the image of the output test case, the example test case also. So it is straightforward. So we could take an example test case from R cell to understand it. So let's take it. So what we are going to do? So let's take an array of that particular size. Let's say the size of the array would be, let's assume it would be 5. So the 5 different element would be 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Let's say these are all 5 different integer in the array A. Let's assume it. Okay. Now let's think about D. So the dividend, I would say it could be 2. I would say the quotient will be 3. And I will say the remainder will be 1. The 3 input we have taken. Now the size, obviously, we have to take actually the 5 size of the array. So 5 will be the input. So in this way, actually, if we frame the input, then what will be the output of it? Pretty simple. What is the we have to do? Using this 3 variable, we have to find the dividend of it. How to find dividend? Actually, the formula is being stated already. We already know this formula, but yeah, it is being stated here. So we are going to use the same formula. The formula say dividend is equal to divisor multiplied by quotient, and on the top it, whatever the result will be, add the remainder to it. So let's do it. So D into Q. So D into Q will be 2 into 3 plus 1, which is nothing but 6 plus 1, which is nothing but 7. Now we got the dividend as 7. Now what will be our task? We know what will be the dividend in this particular problem. We just have to find whether this 7 is present in this array or not. Okay, it is present. Where it is present? Actually at the index number. If we consider the very first index of the array as 0, then the second will be 1, the third will be 2. So actually we found the 7 on the index number 2. So what will be the output of it? The output will be 2. That means at the second index of the array A, we found the dividend of this particular problem. Let's say if the dividend will be something like that, which is not present here, or if we assume if 7 is not present here in this case, then we have found it all together. Every element we have found in the array, we have searched in the array, and we haven't found the 7 anywhere, then what will be our output? Simple. The output will be now changed to -1. So this is the straightforward basic problem. That's why I've told you in multiple videos also. The first question in Accenture, generally Accenture asks 2 questions. The first question will be very simple, okay? So try to do it as quickly as possible in the examination. So let's go to the compiler first and let's code it, okay? Okay. So let me add the header file, okay? I'm coding it in C++. You can code it in any language because yeah, the logic is pretty simple. You just have to convert it into any of the language you know. Okay. Okay. Good. And now let's go to the main function. And inside this main, what I'm going to do is to take the input. The first input will be obviously the size of the array, which we consider it to be n. Okay. Let's take it as input first. And the next input will be obviously the array. Okay, let me create the array, name it as A, as it is being stated in the problem of that particular size n. And let's take every element in the array also as input. Okay, so let me do the same here. Let me run a for loop, and then I'm going to take everything as a input. Clear? I hope this is clear to you now. So array have been taken as input. The size of array also been taken as input. Now the next input will be the D. Okay, and then the Q, and then the R. So let's take everything one by one as an input. D will be first input, then the input will be represented as R, and then whatever the input will be, sorry, not R, but Q, and then the input will be represented as R. So in this way, actually the input will be happen to be in this particular problem. Now we have all the input sorted. Now our logic will come. So we have to just create a dividend, and dividend will be nothing but D multiplied by R. This is the multiplication sign plus, not, sorry, why I'm writing it. D multiplied by Q plus R. So this is the formula. After implementing this formula in the dividend variable, we have the value of the dividend of this particular problem. Now our task is pretty simple. We just have to find in which index actually divided is being occurring. So let me create an answer variable, which is actually -1 initially. Okay. And now let me go through it, and I'm searching over the array. Pretty simple. I iterate over the array. and then check at every index that whether at this particular index of this array, the value which is equal to dividend or not. If it is, we found our answer. So our answer will now become I. And now we do not have to check again because we have found our answer. So why to check the other parts of the array? So just break out from here. Otherwise, if you haven't found the value at that particular index, go to the next index, and this will go on till the end of the array. And when you come out, so you can come out in two ways, whether you encountered the value and then you break out and come out. Otherwise, you searched all over the array and you come out. Whatever will be the case, if you search all over the array, that means, and you do not, you come out by that process, that means you do not encounter this anytime. That means your answer will not be updated anytime. So it will be remain as -1 as it could be. That's why I've inserted it to be -1 as initial value. But if it is being changed anywhere, then whatever the answer will hold up, will be my answer. So just I have to print after coming out of the for loop, whatever the answer I have. So this will be my answer for this particular problem. Understood? Let me run it. Okay. Now let's take the same test case. So test case will be 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. The next value is 2, 3, and 1. 2, 3, and then 1. The value is coming to be 2. What actually the answer could be? So you have got the correct result for this particular code. So you have seen the code. It is quite straightforward. Okay, you just have to implement as you have been said in the problem statement, and you got your answer easily. Okay, so I hope everyone could understand this problem. Now, before moving to the next problem, which is actually a good problem, I would say, not the difficult one, but yeah, good one, good problem. So I just have a very good announcement for all of you guys, or you would say the information that, yeah, you can see here, since you are preparing for the Accenture examination, and if you are searching for the right place for the preparation of this examination, you could find up here, the online study for you platform have bring you a very important course. You can see here on my screen, Accenture crash course with 10 free mock test series, along with the live classes and all. Okay, you are going to find it just for the rupees 799. And the content, if you can see, all are just designed so that your Accenture exam preparation will be very good. Okay, you can see every content is being provided, the live class recording, all the thing you could see how much we are working just to provide you a good content so that you can prepare for the Accenture examination and got the good result. Okay, so go and check out the course once. So you will find the link in the description. Okay, now let's move to the next problem. The next problem is again not, you can see, very difficult one, but yeah, the general thinking problem, I would say, more of a kind. So you can see the problem statement, it is written as Halloween candies. Okay, the problem number 2, Halloween candies, and the statements as follows. It is saying that Bob is a person. So Bob goes to supermarket to shop candies represented by an array A. Okay, for Halloween party. Understood? So Bob goes to a supermarket to shop candies. Okay, and the candies will be represented in an array A. Okay, for the Halloween party. So this is the statement. Now his mother gave him some money M. So Bob have been given some money M here to shopping. Due to the festive season, there are several offers in the supermarket. We know about in festive season, there are multiple offers going on. So the question will be framed like this way, that since this is the festive season, there are several offers in the supermarket. Now, what are the offers? It is explained that one such offer useful for Bob is, now what, there are multiple offers, but what the offer actually useful for Bob is, it is saying that if the price of the candy is multiple of 5, very important, that if, since he is going to shop for the candies, so if he see any candies whose price is multiple of 5, then he can buy it without spending any money. That means it is free. So if it is multiple of 5, that means the candy is free to you. You do not have to pay anything, you can just pick it up if its price is multiple of 5. Now otherwise, if it is not, if the price is otherwise, then it is saying he will spend money equal to AI. Now what is AI? A means the array represent the A, and AI means any particular index of the array. Okay, any particular index, the ith index of the array, it will represent AI actually, which is the price of the particular candy. Understood? The same thing is being explained here. Now Bob can shop as long as he has money. So obviously the concept is simple, the Bob can shop as long as he has money. Now Bob task is what? You can see your task is to find and return the maximum number of candies Bob can buy, and assume one based indexing. That means the array is generally zero based indexing, but we have to consider array to be the one based indexing. So we have to manage the indexes also here. It is being written here. Okay, very important. So you can see the thing is very simple, very straightforward. You can consider, if you consider yourself as Bob and your task is to go to shop for candies or anything, you can consider for it, and you will find the candies in an array A, and each index of the candy will represent one candy, and AI will represent the price, whatever the value at that index. Actually, it is the price of that particular candy. And I have a money M, because that is the limit of the Bobs. Now, I want to buy as maximum number of as toffee I could, but the task is, there is a catch there, that if the price of it, there is an offer, you can say, if the price of the candy is multiple of 5, then I can buy it for free. I do not have to pay anything. But yeah, apart from it, any other value, I have to pay whatever the value it holds. Now my task is to buy as maximum as candy I could with the price M. So that is the problem. Okay, let's understand it. Okay, let's deep dive into it. So you can see the input specification will be like this. Again, the first input is the integer value represent the number of candies. Okay, and next will be the A array, which have the n candies and prices of each candies it will represent at each particular index. Understood? And the next value is actually M, which is the maximum amount I have initially to buy candies. Now what I have to return? The maximum amount of candy I could buy with the difficult condition, with the definite conditions. The condition is very simple. The one condition is there is an offer that if the price is multiple of 5, I could buy it for free. Okay, so I have to consider that only here. So let's consider one example test case. Obviously, here also I have to consider one thing, because here also the screenshot of that particular thing is not available to us. But yeah, we could frame it. Okay, so let's frame it. So let's consider there is, we could consider 6 candies. Okay, n is equal to 6. And what are the 6 prices of those 6 candies? If we could consider the first candy prices, let's say 4 rupees. The next candy price is 5 rupees. The next candy price is, I would say 7 rupees. The next candy price is 2 rupees. The next candy price is 15 rupees. The next candy price is 20 rupees, like this. Okay, so there are 6 candies. Okay, clear. Now how much money I have? So if I would say I have 7 rupees. I have 7 rupees given by my mom. Okay, I have 7 rupees given by my mom. Clear. Everything is clear? Now I have 7 rupees to spend. Or if I would consider, yeah, you can consider it to anything. Let's consider the 7 to be here. Now the task, according to the question that I have seen, my task is to buy as maximum as I could. But the catch is, if the price of it will be multiple of 5, then we could buy it for free. Now, how to check whether a number is multiple of 5 or not? So multiple of 5 means what? Let's first understand it. What is multiple of 5? That means if you divide that number with 5, the remainder you got will be 0, because it should be completely divisible. Then only it is called to be the multiple of it. Let's take an example. Let's say 10. 10 is a multiple of 5 or not? Yeah, it is a multiple of 5, because in 2 times I will get the value as 10. So if we divide 10 by 2, I will get the value 2. But yeah, I have to check whether it is completely divisible by it or not. So for that, I have to take the modulo of it. The modulo operator, you know. The modulo operator will give the remainder. So if you divide 10 by 5, the modulo you get as 0. So you get to know, okay, I got the remainder as 0. That means it is a multiple of 5. The same thing you could do with the next number. Let's check the next number as 11. Whether 11 is a multiple of 5 or not, let's divide it by 2. Yes, it is completely divisible, but yeah, this is not the correct criteria for it. When you take the modulo of it, you got the remainder as 1. So it is not equal to 0. That means it is not multiple of 5. And we know 11 is not multiple of 5 also. So this is the criteria to check whether a number is multiple of 5 or not. Just take that number modulo with 5. And if it is comes to be 0, then you should know it is a multiple of 5. And then obviously you do not have to pay for that particular candy. You can buy it simply. But yeah, for others values who are not multiple of 5, then you have to pay as much amount it is being said on that particular index of the array. But our task is to buy as maximum as possible. So what I will do, if I would consider in the place of Bob, then it is just a general thinking problem. What I will do, I will go to the shop. I will first sort out, okay, I do not have to pay for the value who are multiple of 5. So just I will first take all the candies who are multiple of 5. So all of them are taken just for free. So those are my bonus amount. Now the rest of the candies I have to buy with the money. So what I will do, I will buy the candies first who have the minimum price. Let's say if there are 2 candies of price 2 and 3, what I have to buy generally, if I have to buy the maximum number of candies. So my thought process is very simple. I would buy the cheaper one, obviously, na. So the case is very simple here. What I have to do, sort the array in the ascending order so that the value is sorted in the ascending order. So smaller value will come first in the array and the larger value will go after it. And what I will do, I will go to each index of the array. Yeah, I will go to the each index of the array and check for it if it is multiple of 5 or not. First, I will check if it is multiple of 5 or not, because everyone wants something for free. So first I will go and check it for free. If it is available for free or not. If it is available for free, then why I have to buy it? So I will check if it is multiple of 5 or not. If it is multiple of 5, then I do not have to buy it. I just count that particular candy into my collection. Okay, and go to the next candy to buy. Now the next candy, since it is in sorted order, so next every candies will be of the smaller price will come first and the larger price will go next, so that I could buy as maximum as possible. So now what I will do, I will check that whatever the price it is mentioned, whether I have that price or not. If I have, then I could buy it, and my obviously my total value will reduced by the value of the candy. But if I do not have that particular amount, then I could not buy it, obviously, and I will go for the checking for the next. Yeah, for the next checking I will go. Why? Because there could be any other value up next which could be multiple of 5. So I have to check all over the array, okay, whether I have a 0 amount or so. If you have the m equal to 0 at certain point, you do not have to stop your checking, because the condition will be like this. You have to check all over the array because there is any other value after it which could be comes to be free, because it could be multiple of 5. So let's implement the same logic in this particular example, and let's try to see what the value we could get here. So pretty simple a question, I would say. Okay, this is general thinking problem. So let's implement it here. Now if you implement it here, okay, okay, let's go. Let's go. What is the logic now? The logic will be implemented like this, that, yeah, I will first sort the arrays. If you sort, then it will now look like this. After sorting, it will look like the 2 will come first, and then the smallest value will be 4, and then the 5, and then 7, then 15, and then 20. It will go like this. Okay, let's check out this index. Whether at this index, okay, now we have to consider it to be the 1 based indexing. Okay, assume 1 based indexing. Okay, so what it means, so the 0th index we have to consider to be the first index. The 0th index we have to consider it to be the first index, because we have not the example test here. So let me assume it. So it could be like this. So the 0th index we have to check it as, or mark it as the first index. Okay, understood now? So yeah, we have to do it. So this is the first index, and so on the index will be included. So go to check the first index. It is 2. Okay, since it is 2, so what is the case now? What is the case now? Let's check whether it comes to be free or not. So how to check? First divide. The condition will be for each element. If array of I modulo 5 will comes to be 0 or not. If it comes to be 0, that means it comes to be free. But here it is not, because 2 modulo 5 is obviously not 0, it is 2. So it will not comes to be free. So if it is not comes to be free, then we have to go to the next condition, that can we buy it? So we have to check whether the value we have, if it is greater than or equal to array of I, then only we could buy, na? If we have more or equal the value, the amount of the candy, then only we could buy it. So we could buy it. The M we have what? Initially 7. The 2 price we could buy? Yes, we could buy. So we could buy it. So the count will be incremented by 1 because we have bought one candy, and the price we have, total price, will be subtracted by the price of that particular candy. So the new price we have now will be just 4 rupees. No, 5 rupees. Understood? So, and the count we have is 1. Let's understand it. The count we have is 1. Let's do the same for the next value. Quote for the value number 4. Now for the fourth index, what I have to do? For the fourth index, what I have to do? Array of I is modulo of 5 is equal to 0. No, it is not. Okay. So go to the next. It is not comes for free. So we could buy it. Yeah, we could buy it because we have the total value greater than it. So now count will become 2 and the value which we have will reduce to 1. Now let's check for the next value, 5. Will it come for free? Yeah, it will come for free. So just increment my count by 1. I do not have to pay for anything. So do not have to subtract with my total value. Now count will become 3. Go to the next value. Could it come for free? No. Could we buy it? Yeah, we could buy it. No, we could not buy it because the value we have only 1 and the price is more than that. Go to the next. Could it come for free? Yeah, it come for free. So the count will have 4. Could it come for free? Yeah, it will come for free. So the count we have 5. So total 5 candies we can bought by using the offer and the total price we have here. That will be the maximum number of candy we could bought. Okay. Understood now? So in this way, we could get our answer. So very simple. For each element of the array, just have to check the same. Just to the condition will be there, whether it come for free or not. If it comes for free, after sorting only. Why we are going to sort? Because our case is to get as maximum as candy we could get. So we have to purchase the candies whose price is minimum first. And then if we have still money left, we could go for the higher prices candies. Okay. So that is the same logic is being implemented here. So we are going to implement it here again. Let me go to the compiler. Okay. And do the same. Okay. So the input will be, the first input will be the n, which is the size of the array. And the next will be the, okay, not. And the next will be the array of that particular size. Okay. And let's take me element of each element of the array also as input. 0 and I plus plus and sin of array of I. Okay, clear. Okay, clear. Now what will be my task? Okay. Just a bracket has been missing here. Okay, next thing will be the M, the total amount I have. And let me take also that as input. Okay. And now the answer, let me consider it to be 0, which is actually count we have imprinted there, which will hold up the total maximum number of count of candy we could buy using the condition and the total value we have. Okay, from the array A of the candies. So let's do the same. First sort the array, array plus M. Okay, we are sorting the array. This is the way to sort in C++. If you are sorting in Java, then you should use the array dot sort. The syntactical difference would be there. The logic will be the same. Okay. So now let iterate over the, why actually one based indexing is being used here. Just wait a minute. So if we are considering one based indexing, so we have to start with the index 1 and it will go till n. Okay, so one based indexing. But yeah, since the array will be 0 based indexing, so we have to subtract each index by -1 so that we could get that particular index of the array. We know all these things already. Okay, so let me check it. So if the free condition will be what? If array of I -1, because one based indexing, we have to convert it to 0 based indexing. If it is equal to 5 is equal to 0, okay, then what we will do, it comes for free. So if it's come for free, we do not have to pay anything. So just add it to my answer. But yeah, if it is not come for free, then what I will do, I will have to check. I will have to check that whether it comes in my budget or not. So whatever the money I have, if it is, my money is greater than or equal to the price of that particular candy or not? If it is so, then I could buy it. Then I will buy it. So the answer will be incremented by 1, but my total money will be subtracted uh, by the amount of the candy that I have purchased now. So this is the case, okay? And at the end, after going to each index and checking for the valid condition, whatever the answer I have in the answer variable will be my answer, okay? So let me do the same. Okay, it is not the same exact input. So let me take the exact input. Here we have taken n as 6. Then the value will be 4, 5, 7, 2, 15, 20. 4, 5, 7, 2, 15, and 20. And the value of m will be 7. The value is considered to be 4. Okay, but the value comes to be here as 5. Let me check. Let me once check where I am missing. Okay, the problem is very simple. Okay, I'm not able to handle the indexing problem. So the indexing will be like this. Okay. Okay, I'm getting the correct answer. So I should get the particular index of the array, because array is 0-based indexing and we are considering our answer to be 1-based indexing. Now it look quite problematic to you why I'm using 1-based indexing, but yeah, in the actual problem, the function will be different. You have been given a function statement, okay? So whatever will be there, actually I do not have the exact uh, output test case for that. That's why I'm assuming one of the test cases here, and accordingly I'm getting you the correct answer. But yeah, the logic is clear. The logic is straightforward for this particular problem, okay? So I hope this is clear to you. Now you can code it in any language. The logic will be the same, whether in the Java, Python, or any language, JavaScript or anything you are coding to. You have to take everything as an input and then sort the array and then do the same for each of the particular index. First check for the every candies that whether it comes for free or not, and then go for the purchasing option. Okay, so obviously we will do always that thing every time. So this is the common logic question, okay, I would say, and pretty easy question, I would say. If you understand the basics of the programming, then it will be very easy for you, okay? So that's all from my side to this particular problem, to this particular video. I hope this will be helpful for you. If it is, please comment down, like the video, subscribe the channel if you haven't yet, because we are bringing more such contents in your near future, okay? And also go and check out this Accenture crash course, because this will be very beneficial for all of you guys, okay? So that's all from my side. Thank you, everyone.